Hello Tech Genius, I am Ravi. Have you ever imagined a place where learning is as dynamic as the technology shaping your world? Then here's a deal. With iMatix, you can make sure the learning is exciting, impactful right from the beginning. You have interactive sessions with expert-led courses. In the world of tech, from data science to cloud computing, it's not just about a session, it's about doing, building, learning by solving real problems. So let's get started. You can see the edit course. Edit course. I'm just trying to show you from the web the next course that you have. Very good. Let's see the graphics. Have you seen this? When you're creating a course, you specify what is the capacity of the waitlist. When we enroll, maximum enrollment capacity is 10. After 10, the waitlist capacity is 5. For this will be if someone drops the enrollment, automatically the person will go and fill the enrollment. When the next course starts, when the next enrollment starts, these people will be, whoever are under waitlist will automatically get enrolled first. And then, since the maximum capacity is 10, after filling the 10, the other people will be under waitlist. That's about the waitlist. This should be clear for you now, but whenever we create a course and whenever we try to enroll, this will be the kind of criteria for us under maximum capacity and maximum waitlist capacity kind of thing. You can also, if you don't want to go with 5, and if you wanted to have unlimited capacity, you can keep that as well. But if you have any kind of specific number that you wanted to specify, you can give. Minimum enrollment capacity is 10. Maximum would be 15. And waiting list would be around 5. Accordingly, you're working in this. The example from the past, I think. Since this is a blended course, there has to be, or we will not change anything. It has to be a kind of a restricted test. Someone got terminated from here. Probably we can remove these inactive folks that you can be able to submit them. That's the capacity, the waitlist capacity which you're interested to look into. That is one of the things that we can go edit the course if we want. We can go by course or go for course offering also. Course offering, whatever we need is for software. This video. There are different schedules for the same course offering. You can see the waitlist capacity from course offering. From course offering and from blended course, you can go for course. Whenever you are in the blended course, you can be seeing the offering. Whenever you read the course offering, generally blended course will have multiple schedules. You can schedule training in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Whenever you have multiple schedules, you can schedule. Each session is nothing but a different kind of schedule session. For each session, we can define a kind of waitlist capacity and enrollment capacity. Because that is an in-person training. We can have in-person training as well as availability of candidates as well as availability of instructors. We can have multiple schedules. That's about this one. The other one that I wanted to go into today is something on the something on the pricing part. We have a delivered configuration called learning payment configuration. We can see the payment part. There is nothing but what credit that will be costing for each payment kind of thing. Learning payment. First, we need to do some kind of plan level setups. This is a tenant level setup. We don't have access to that. We can't set up the same. We don't have access. If you need tenant setup, you don't have access in this tenant access platform. Remote access. That also we won't have maintained tenant credit. Maintain tenant credit. I'm checking whether we have access to grant the security or not. Don't do it. Is something at security level will be granted? This is I think the security is not granted. There is a reason why we are not able to see grant the security. I don't know if we should do. I don't know if I should. I think the security is no one has used this one far. It's suspended, not anymore. I think no one has used this far. Once we enable the security, we need to activate the security. Probably all this will not be doing because it will not be getting access also. You don't have to worry about what is this. This is the end of the talk. But if you are interested to learn other areas of Workday, probably then this should be helpful for you. We should be getting that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Did we see that when we created a course, adding cost to the course when we created a course? Do you see that page? You can see. You can add pricing for learning course here. You can see how much kind of external kind of invoicing that you can make on the course. How much cost or the price that is associated with the learning. And to create this one, this is not a learning, this is not a kind of Workday learning task. There is something financial people finance team will be creating this one. Once they create, they'll be adding the price here for each of the course. And this price will be attaching to the course. Basically, this will be created by this sales item, which is nothing but associated with finance team. Finance team will be creating that. And as a kind of Workday configuration team or Workday administrator, when you're creating a course, you'll pick that course, you'll pick that cost that has been created and attach that to the course. That will be a kind of cost associated course or pricing. And whenever employee enrolls into that course, that will be chargeable. That will be chargeable and employee will be charged, and a PO purchase order will be generated to organization that your employee has taken this training. And this is a purchase order for the training will be getting for an organization. And that way you can add pricing in your current technology. Do you have any kind of courses for which you can add a cost? In your current learning system, we don't have. But if we have external trainer, we can add the cost for that external trainer per day. Where do you not? Where do you add the cost for our when we're creating blended courses? In my platform, we call it as a classroom. Before the setting of our classroom, we have to predefine some classroom setting like training room trainers, competency levels. When we adding external trainer, we have to add the price for the external trainer. Per hour, how much the cost? But we don't have. If we have any course, we can add the commercial for a program. I mean course that is not available. Probably in Workday, not just blended course, but we can do for digital course, also for science. For a digital course also. Anything that is recorded. Let's say Workday integrations training. A kind of digital course is nothing but a kind of virtual course. Even instructor can be in another way, in another location, and candidate can attend it through Zoom. That is nothing but comes under digital. You know that course is costing somewhere around. They don't have any dollar amount. They can create course with cost and let employees know that this is cost associated courses. You cannot directly enroll. There needs to be a kind of approval by your manager. Once your manager approves, this will go for enrollment. We can configure. Yesterday it was for the weekend batch. I was giving a kind of business process session for them. I took an example for learning for them. What the case was, when employee tries to enroll into the learning course, there are three scenarios. One should auto enroll the candidate into the course. The other one should go for approval, and the other one, the third case, is not all the approval should go for manager. Only when employee enrolls into cost associated courses it should go for manager approval. Such kind of activity performed and I've shown to the candidate. For because they are learning their business process, their functional areas, they need to know about business process configurations and all. We were discussing about the use case for learning. We can add a cost to the course and ask them to enroll into the course and see whether approval will go to manager or not. In that way, we were testing the business process. You want to see that? Though it is not the kind of learning admin task, but I think that should help for you to understand how it goes. Basically, we have a business process called enroll in content. We have a business process. Enroll in content is a business process that allows employees to enroll into the course. How this comes is when we create a digital course or blended course. This checkbox we have checked here requires enrollment. When we check this checkbox, enrollment comes into the picture. When we won't check this checkbox, there is no enrollment required for this course. Without enrollment, the employee can go and take the course because there is no enrollment. When you uncheck this checkbox, no enrollment is required. But when you check this checkbox, this will come into the picture. This business process will come into the picture and allows employee to enroll in the course. Once employee enrolls in the course, employee can take their course and complete the training. Now what we have done yesterday is, this is also a copy of our business process which is working in this tenant. What we have done yesterday is we added an approval step to this one. We added an approval step. When employee tries to enroll in the discourse, it can show you practically. I can go to the learning course list and find out the course to enroll. Let's see to manage learning content. Let's say if I'm trying to enroll in this one. And here, since you see, the business process is configured for an approval step. Ideally, when I try to enroll in the course, it should go for an approval action. It should go for manager approval. I think this course does not have enrollment option, meaning that the checked box which I told you that was unchecked for this one. Business process. If I try to enroll this one, this will go for an approval action. We submit this one. You can see this has gone for an approval. Because in the enrollment business process we added approval for manager. Now we're going to add some condition to this one. Seeing that not all the enrollment should go for manager approval, only when cost is there for the course should go for approval. We added a condition here. Only when cost is associated should go for manager approval. Now we'll try to enroll hand it into the course that has cost and see how good it looks. Now, since we've added a condition for normal courses which does not have cost, should not go for an approval. But for the courses that has cost should go for an approval. We'll test both the scenario that you get clarity on how it works. And this will be one of the requirements for you. Is that a requirement from business? You'll be part of business team. This would be a requirement from your side. This has passed around $150. When I write it, this is already enrolled. But I will draw this enrollment. I'll draw this enrollment. Draw enrollment. What is the course Workday? New condition. They're not doing invalidation in the enrollment list option. It should have got a draw. For some reason, this tenet is not lit. It's not what I'm learning. Sometimes it behaves rather. If you see this one now, we have $200. which has cost. As per the conclusion that we made the moment I click on enroll, they should go for an hour. Because an employee, when tries to enroll into the course that is associated with cost, should go for an approval. First, I'll show you that is cost associated. Then I'll show you the one that is not cost associated, which should not go for an approval. I'll enroll into this one. You can see this has gone for manager to approve because we have written a condition. We have written a condition that is there for the course. It should go for manager. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same kind of testing for the course that is not associated with cost. That is not having any cost. Ideally, that should not go for an approval. Selecting any course that is not having any cost. This one does not have any cost. If I try to enroll the candidate into this course, since it does not have, it should not go for any approval. Looking on this, see directly it has got submitted. There is no approval that has gone for manager because cost is not there. There is no cost out. Such kind of requirements specifically your team will be having. Learning team will have this kind of request. Whenever there is a cost, let it go for manager approval. Once manager approves, let candidate take the course. That would be your requirement. Or for the courses that there is no cost, should not go for any approval, should be a requirement and Workday team will be considering as per your requirement. When you are moving to any Workday customer and when you are getting interviewed, if people ask you what was your kind of requirement that you need to coordinate with Workday development team to configure and get the things done, you can take this as an example. We had a kind of requirement for our courses as employee. When tries to enroll into the course that is having cost should go for an approval for a manager. When it does not have a cost, it should not get any approval. Only cost associated courses should go for an approval. Any amount if it is costing the 10. Even if it is costing you 1500 and 200, any amount of that cost that should go for. Manager approval is what we required and our development team has done the same as per the requirement that we had. You can convey in this way. With that, I think we should be good with adding cost to the courses also. Almost we have covered everything. Almost every item that we have covered, only certain areas where it requires complete security setup, where it requires some kind of technical DP configuration. Those things we have not covered because you don't need those security kind of things. You'll not be getting access also to perform all those things. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.